Why does this nice Jewish boy insist on doing manual labor? Is this any way to pay back his mother? 9 months she carried him.
A strange foreigner with a brogue weaves cane around an unsuspecting chair seat. Why is he leaving the country so suddenly?
Has this man lost his marbles, or has the dust just gone to his veins? And what about his uncle, the Don?
I'm Joe Lorario.
I'm Ed Feldman.
I'm Joe Lorario.
I'm Ed Feldman.
I'm Joe Lorario. All this and Randy Looney tonight on 21 Minutes.
And maybe just a half more.
The dulcimer, an instrument from the mist-shrouded Appalachians. Is that where they belong, high up in the mountaintops? And why is this city boy from a nice Jewish family making them? Where does he come to a mountain?
Now, is that what is known as a hammered dulcimer, Mr. Gross?
Very close, very close.
This is our exclusive interview with Claude Gross, who makes dulcimers.
That's true, isn't it?
That's true. I made dulcimers all summer one summer, and I didn't have a dulcimer.
So this is a very important interview for you.
An
Probably
attempt
the
at
first
being
time.
funny. What are these people doing in here? Can we have them removed,
get them
please?
out! Get out of here!
Thank you.
You got the check, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Where do we start, Mr. Gross?
Well, the first thing I'd like to do before I show you my coping skills is I'd like to fret a little
We
bit.
can't cope with
You
that.
can't cope?
No.
I can cope. Anyway,
Just the facts, please.
just the fact. A dulcimer is a traditional American musical instrument. It's very simple to play. The frets on a dulcimer are set up at a major scale. So in order to play the dulcimer, we have to put in frets. So I'm going to teach you guys how to fret.
Okay.
So first watch me fret a little bit. What I do is I add some frets that are bent.
Little sort of
Can
arcani.
you play Swanee River?
Absolutely. And then I take my old hammer.
How old is that hammer?
This hammer is 19 years old.
Now, after the fret work, what comes next?
Okay, after the frets are installed in the instrument, they have to be clipped off.
And you're using just a simple wire cutter?
That's a toenail clipper, is it, sir?
Absolutely.
You admit that, then?
Yes, I do. Matter of fact, I used it before we came.
I thought I smelled something.
So once you've installed your frets, right. This is a stick, and this is the coat. Okay?
Some sort of tribal mask?
Yeah. Now, dulcimer fingerboards traditionally are hollowed underneath. It helps give it a little bit lighter weight.
Okay.
So once we have the fingerboard made up, next thing we need to do is to create sound holes.
Right.
Now, I made a jig just for doing sound holes with a router. In the old days, people used to use a coping saw, but
Today we use a router.
it's 1994, and this is how we build dulcimers. Now, don't try that at home. Next thing you need to do is to glue the fingerboard onto the top. So once we've done that, we go on and we make the body of our dulcimer.
We want the glue, right?
Hold that for a minute, please.
Certainly.
Thank you. Okay, this is a dulcimer body without popcorn in it.
I prefer this one.
I know you do. How you make a dulcimer body is like this. Happen to have a woodworking shop at home where I've made some pieces.
Which would be
These
called
are-
jigs.
Yes, these are called end blocks. And in
you
order to
put
make
one
a
on that
dulcimer
end.
shape, you put one there,
One on this end.
and you put one there.
You want to take these little strips?
Yes, I do. These are sides. This is an elliptical shaped dulcimer, so the way you do it,
He's going to fall into here.
just like this. 1, 2, 3. No brain surgery,
this one
just
goes
the
in here.
dulcimer. There it goes. Okay.
Can we put some glue on that?
No, not that one. We put the bottom on. Then we glue. Like this.
Is this a difficult cleanup, sir?
Not really. Because I've probably built about 1,000 of these, so I've been practicing.
And the brand name of this glue, I see, is mysteriously hidden by applying it in the new bottle.
Is there a stigma attached to being a Jewish carpenter, sir?
Well, it's hard being a minority contractor.
but I definitely do what I can. The reason I started building dulcimers instead of houses is there's nothing on a dulcimer that weighs more than 4 ounces.
So it's easy, you're saying?
Much easier to carry around. So once we've centered that, glued that up, we take a dulcimer back.
Why am I holding this?
Thank you. Because we're going to glue that on to the top that I made. Clamp.
This is the bottom, then.
I'm too busy to ask any of my hard-hitting questions.
Can you relax?
Well, I'm an investigative reporter, sir. And you
So what do you want to know?
I'm all at sea.
What do you want to know?
I didn't do it. Just show us how to play these things.
Yeah, I think I can do that. Okay, guys? And a 1, and a 2.
Crafts & Company, weekdays at 12 and 3 on TLC.
Tired of climbing rickety ladders to clean up high or bending over to clean down low? Hate cleaning those impossible-to-reach places? Then you've got to have a Quickie. Its revolutionary patented head not only swivels, but actually flexes up or down to clean in areas that were dirty for years. Watch closely as Quickie flexes to clean 3 surfaces at once: the floor, baseboard, and underneath the cabinets. Amazing! And look, Quickie is almost twice the size of other dusters, so you clean in only half the time. Don't move that furniture. Quickie slides to clean where no other tool can go. Swivels around chairs and tables and even lays flat to get under sofas. Attach the specially treated dust bonnet and it'll flex to gobble up dust from those difficult to clean corners. Use it to clean wood, molding, walls, and more. And that's not all. Extend a 90-inch telescopic handle to terminate those high cobwebs. Even squeeze in on top of the fridge or that dusty china cabinet. Just screw in the short handle and you've got the perfect car duster. Or use the telescopic to clean the highest part of your car, truck, or van. Order now and we'll include free this universal head for cleaning mini blinds, 10 at a time. It's great for cleaning unreachable ceiling fans in one quick pass. But wait, Quickie will also throw in the window washer squeegee head. So powerful, it'll clean the biggest mess from your windows. Here's our double guarantee. You'll never have to get down on your knees or up on a ladder to clean again. And you'll cut your cleaning time in half or your money back. You get the dust mop head, the 90-inch telescopic handle, the short handle, the dust bonnet, the fan and blind cleaner, and the window washer squeegee head, all for just $19.95. This Quickie 6-piece set of $40 value is not available in stores and incredibly is just $19.95. But you must call right now for this exclusive TV offer. Call now. Secrets.
You know that thrills you. There were little people out there. Get the real story of the alien cover-up at Roswell.
Sleaze.
You know you love it.
Money in the bank.
Pick up the scoop on today's billion-dollar tabloid frenzy.
Scandal.
You know you want it.
I'll give him a bit of his own lesson.
Hear the people who got their revenge and made it sick. It's all there to be exposed. Tonight at 8 on TLC.
Caning, from the ancient art of basket weaving to the criminal justice system of Singapore, practiced by shadowy figures with comic opera accents. Such an individual is the subject of our next piece. The caner, skilled craftsman or cunning agent of a foreign power.
Oh, this was weak. I seem to have caused a bit of damage here in this cane.
We've procured an exclusive interview with a Mr. Topher King, of Dublin, Ireland, I believe.
That's right, Dublin, yeah.
And we've been lucky to get him before he flees the country and goes back home.
Back home is where?
That's Dublin.
Dublin.
And why are you fleeing this country and going back there?
Personal reasons.
What could you tell? Look.
Hey, what are you doing here? Get out of here.
Hey, I thought we had a deal.
I didn't know you were.
Didn't you get the envelope?
Totally.
So the personal reasons that you're fleeing this country?
I miss me, Mom.
I understand. So you're a caner, and how long have you been doing this art? So-called art?
About 7 years.
And you've been in this country?
About 3.
And you've been making your living doing caning?
Cabinet making as well.
Tell us what you're doing right now, sir.
Well, this here is a part of what is called the traditional 6-weave pattern. There's 6 simple steps to this. And the first is just straight down, all the way down on either side. The second one is just straight across. Third one, again, is you lay it on top of the second piece, just comes straight down. Then it gets a little more difficult. The fourth step is where you actually start weaving. And this is our fourth step here. You weave in and out, up and down
Let's
through
see
these
some
pieces.
of that, if we may.
Sure. And this one here...
We're not making you nervous in any way.
No, not at all.
We wouldn't want to do that.
Where did you learn? Did you learn this in camp with potholders?
No pot.
No, I understand. It's important to deny certain things.
Yet this instrument here looks mighty deadly. What is this, in fact?
That is what I use to even out my spaces in the cane, and
It's quite sharp.
well, it has to be sharp.
Ever stab anyone with it?
Not yet.
How about the sideburns?
No, nothing. What I do to keep this taut, this has to be tense like a tennis racket.
You're not tense at all, Mr. King.
Maybe a little bit, just because, you know. What I do is I keep it in water here, and then once the cane dries out while it's in place, the actual cane contracts, making it tighter.
I see you have pegs in here. They're multicolored, and I see there are more green pegs.
Well, it reminds me of the, you know, the old
So
side.
there is a nationalistic bent to this particular art.
Let's talk about
Striker.
shamrocks.
Let's talk about what these are.
Golf tees.
They're golf tees.
Yes.
I understand.
Which again brings us to grass and shamrocks.
Do you own any plaid pants?
Not at the moment. Maybe in my retirement years.
Now, when you're all done weaving this, you have a chair. Why go through all this trouble? Why not just put a piece of wood and foam and then some leather or cloth over top of it?
Well, it's a much more beautiful finish here. You can see this section that I've finished off right here, you end up with kind of an octagonal design right in the center there.
Like an iris opening.
Right, or the aperture of a camera, and it's very pretty.
How would you finish off this end piece to hide where these bits are woven?
Well, this cane that I'm using for this weaving is a medium regular, and you can also find a larger, wider size cane,
Which would more cover this hole.
which will go around the perimeter of the whole chair and cover everything.
You've never worked with plastique or anything like that?
No, just cane.
You know, where does this cane come from?
This actual cane, this is rattan cane, and it comes from China, Singapore.
Singapore.
They're very familiar with caning over there. Have you ever been to Singapore?
No, caning's a little too popular in Singapore for me.
Do you own any spray paint?
No.
So when you flee the country and you go home, your papers are in order, I understand.
They are up to date. My papers are up to date.
So you do have family there?
Yes, a lot.
And do they also cane?
No, I'm the only caner in the family.
The only caner in the family.
That sounds
So you
suspicious to me.
You do a lot of traveling.
Yes.
So far, I understand you've been in a train in a room, in a car in a room.
And a room in a room. Is that right?
That's correct.
So you're finishing off that bead, and how would you finally tuck that under and secure it?
Well, just before I put in the perimeter piece, I would get small little dowels and place them in each hole where there's loose ends on the end, plug the hole, and then snip off the cane underneath when I'm finished.
Just a few more questions. What is the meaning and the derivation of the word begorra?
As in faith and begorra.
I actually have never heard an Irish person use that expression, so I can't really answer that.
What about the Kiss Me, I'm Irish badge, very popular here in the
Well, I think that is a solely American phenomenon that doesn't exist on mainland Ireland.
Because?
Then everybody'd be kissing each other.
Well,
And would you say that that's not a good thing?
Well, in certain religious sects, that would not be considered.
Thank you, Topher King.
Topher King, religious sect,
Heading back to Ireland.
King.
Remember that.
I cut my vitamins in half, thanks to Puritan's Pride.
Great catalog. I saved over 50% on my shopping with Puritan's Pride is like putting money back in your pocket.
Hundreds of thousands of people are buying their vitamins, minerals, food supplements, and more from the pages of Puritan's Pride. Why? Just look at our fantastic 2-for-1 price. Imagine getting not one, but 2 bottles of C500 with rose hips, both for just $4.95. 2 for the price of 1. And look, buy 1 bottle of ginseng and get another free. 2 for $6.25.
I bought 1 bottle of lecithin and got another one free. Just $4.65 for 2 bottles.
Buying from Puritan's Pride means you're buying direct from one of America's leading vitamin manufacturers, and one of the largest. With over 30 years of manufacturing experience, we offer a tremendous variety of products. Hundreds of the finest vitamins, minerals, food supplements, and herbs, including the newest products nutritional science has to offer. We're so sure you'll be pleased with our sensational low prices. Puritan's Pride offers you a full money-back guarantee on every purchase. That's right, a full money-back guarantee. Why not get the vitamins you need right from the source? With the assurance of value, freshness, variety, and convenience. A toll-free number makes ordering fast and easy.
Hi, I'd like to order the natural vitamin C.
For your free 96-page Puritan's Pride catalog, call this toll-free number now. There's no obligation.
Puritan's Pride, the smart way to buy vitamins.
Call now for your free Puritan's Pride vitamin catalog. Buy direct from the manufacturer and save.
We're created in a wondrous array of shapes, sizes, and colors, and how we adorn ourselves says who we are. An exercise in individuality. Body styles on human beings. Saturday at 10 on TLC. What could be more beautiful than something you made yourself on Craftsman Company? Then you'll be ready to get things done with Homebodies and leading the glamorous life on Simply Style. Up next on TLC.
It set the standard in do-it-yourself books. But now, we've made the best even better. Introducing the all-new Home Repair and Improvement series from Time Life Books. With new color illustrations, step-by-step instructions, and a new spiral binding so books lay flat. It's never been easier to save money and create the home you've always wanted. You'll learn how to build a deck your family will enjoy for years. The tricks of the trade to install a new patio. Call now to examine decks, porches, and patios free for 15 days. Keep it for the special low TV price of just $1.99. Use your credit card and get this Stanley tape measure absolutely free. Other volumes will follow. Keep only those you want. The new Home Repair and Improvement series from Time Life Books. We've made the best even better.
Call 1-800-795-5588 now to get decks, porches, and patios for just $1.99. That's 1-800-795-5588.
From ancient times, marble has revealed its beauty in strange and mysterious ways. It harkens back to Michelangelo's David. We worked with Constantine Brancusi and Sara Lee's frosted marble swirl with buttercream topping and jimmies. But what happens when it breaks?
Oh, gosh. Now you did it. Oh, sorry. This is a clean break, though, isn't it?
That's a clean break. We're here with Dominic Arita.
I'm missing a couple pieces here.
He's a marble mason, and he's going to repair some marble for us.
So first you have to clean this, right?
Yeah, just to get the dust and sand out of there.
It is a mighty clean break.
Boy, that's an interesting looking vein right there. You can see, what is that? Is that the quartz part?
My aunt had a vein like this, man, up the head, right back to the ear.
It actually broke on a natural fault in this stone. See, there's some other fault here that...
that's great. So it is somebody's fault.
Yes. Everybody's full.
We're investigative reporters.
Okay, now what's the first step here, Dominic?
Okay,
And we might add that this kind of repair goes back hundreds of years, I believe.
To Mycenaean times.
Oh, the 3 Mycenaean times.
So we're going to have to fill first, right, Jay?
yeah, the first step is to level the piece. And what you want to do is get it together pretty closely, and then make sure it's
Level.
nice and flat, more so than being level. just so
Otherwise,
that
the
it's
piece
flat,
would buckle.
so that you glue it on a straight plane.
Correct.
Okay, both ways.
That's pretty good there.
Don't worry, because the studio is on a tilt.
As are we. And now, the next we have the epoxy, which you have in this little antiseptic can
Watch
here.
the pigment there on
Oh,
your jacket.
gosh. That's all right. The budget will take care
Okay,
of that.
so it's clear as it is.
And you've mixed some
And,
pigment with
yeah,
it.
I started to mix it earlier.
A little bit of
but,
white. And what? You have some yellow ochre there, it looks
Yeah,
like.
a little yellow. Just try to match the colors of the stone.
Just eye it out.
Eye first. And I see a little bit of
Yeah, that looks good.
There's
peachy
yellow
color
in there, right.
And
This
we
is
know that
part of-
Dominic is also a painter, so I know his eye is
Yes.
trained to mix colors.
I studied under my great-grandfather, Don Felice, in Pietracatale, Italy.
Ah.
So that's the color.
So he knows his stuff. We're learning from an expert
So
here.
you dab this down.
Just trying to see if the color is the same.
It looks perfect.
This Don Felice, he was a marble mason as well.
Yeah. Stone cutter.
Now we're putting in the hardener. Now, this epoxy won't harden up unless the hardener is applied.
Yeah, it's a two-step process.
So you have what, a little bit of...
I put a little bit so it leaves me plenty of room to work with it. Mix it up real good.
Let's apply this to the crack there.
Okay.
With the little spatula.
So it's a matter of covering all areas
Well,
on
as
both
long as
sides.
it's put on thick enough, it'll spread out on its own.
So you just have to apply it to one side.
Yeah.
Just to the one side.
And we have a clamp back here.
Now you'll have to level it once again.
I'll check it.
We'll clamp up just as we clamp up the wood.
The bar clamp. Okay, now you'll have to seal the outer
fill this
parts
in.
of the cracks. This is as much cosmetic as it is structural at this point.
Did you pay him the money?
The epoxy is marble epoxy. It's formulated for the stone industry. So when it's finished, it looks a lot like marble. It dries.
And you put these pieces back in?
I just try to fit as many as I can back in.
And will that make
get
the
a realistic?
bond? Will it make the bond tighter?
It won't make the bond tighter, but it'll make the look.
Okay, so you'll see, in essence, sort of floating chips, just as you see floating elements in the other parts of the marble.
Right, exactly.
No problem. I just had to sucker punch Diane Sawyer out in the hand.
Okay.
Spell this
As long as you took care of it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Cold cut Connie Chung
Now,
in the parking lot.
how long does this have to sit to dry?
About 20 minutes to a half an hour.
Okay.
I'll do that, Joe.
So this is another piece of marble that's already been glued and joined, and you're just removing the epoxy. Is that correct,
Yeah,
Mr.
just
Dorita?
Very brittle.
Yeah, it is.
Where did you learn this interesting craft?
The craft of marble masonry.
Well, I worked in a marble shop for about 10 years, and my great-grandfather was a marble cutter.
What was
back
his
in
name?
Don Felice.
Don Felice.
Don Felice.
Is he not familiar with anyone named Clemenza?
I can't say that I know him.
Did he ever take a ride and go for cannolis?
I'm not going to answer that question.
Okay. So what you're doing is you're scraping it off just with a regular single-edge razor blade?
Yeah, scraping the most of it off. That'll be less that I have to sand. The epoxy has a little bit of softness to it. Now the next step will be
polisher.
Just to sand it down to even it up.
And what kind of grit is on that sanding wheel, Mr. Dorita?
120 grit silicone carbide.
All these pieces of equipment are OSHA approved, Mr. Dorita?
To tell you the truth, we should have dust masks on here with this dust, but
So
not
enough
such a small...
enough about that. Have you ever done
you admit
concrete
that?
work?
Yes.
What is the next step, Mr. DeRita?
Well, the next step is to go down the line of these diamond pads, with the first being 60 grit.
You need some water. We just happen to have some here for you.
Okay.
All the steps you've been doing, they're OSHA approved?
Yeah, I guess so. There's really nothing dangerous in it. The dust was the only, thing.
You are rubbing out, and we had a man by the name of Cabrazzi, Lou Cabrazzi.
He came and did a rub out for us. What grit was that, sir?
That was 60. I actually went backwards from 120, but sometimes the machine leaves swirls.
Now, what grit is this?
This is 120. Now I'm back to what...
And these are diamonds?
They're diamond grits.
Are these legally imported diamonds?
Yeah, I guess so. They're diamonds, as far as I know. Industrial diamonds.
Industrial diamonds. That would be from South America, I believe, the industrial diamonds.
Have you ever been to South America?
No, not me. The old method was to do this with stones, with different grits of silicon carbide stones.
And now what grit are we up to?
This is 220.
And you would follow this to the final grit would be what?
Blue.
The blue grit.
That's 1800 grit.
1800 grit. So that's the final buffing, is it, sir?
It certainly looks nice. Now, what is this?
What's that substance?
I call it bar wax. I think it has some oxalic acid in wax.
This is legal.
Yes.
And that was applied to the buffer?
To the buffer and
to polish that up.
After I went through all this different grits.
The last one being the
blue.
Okay, so what you're saying here is that you've made a repair that the naked eye cannot see.
I can't even see it, and I repaired it.
Marble.
If it breaks, fix it.
Repair, chicanery, both, you decide.
And finally, a few seconds with Randy Looney.
So I went right into Tish's office, and I said, Larry, don't you just hate it when the show runs long and you can't be the pompous windbag you really want to be?
Tick-tack, 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 tick-tack.